Most lifters chase failure, heavy weights, and endless rest. Serge Nubret did exactly the opposite. Lighter weights, insane volume, and almost no rest. And somehow, he looked better than everyone else. In this video, I will reveal to you exactly how he trained, what exercises did he use, number of sets, number of reps, amount of rest between the sets, the whole training method that helped him build one of the greatest physiques of all time. I'm Dr. Nash Jocic, former bodybuilding champion. I competed 46 times and won 17 titles. I've been in bodybuilding for over 40 years, and during that time, I coached over 3,000 people and helped them to get in the best shape of their lives. I also published 10 books, which are all available for you on my website. All you need to do is to click the link in the comments and you can access them. So before we get into the topic, I just want to remind you that Serge Nubret's training method was very extreme. It worked very well for Serge Nubret, and only few people managed to follow him and train like him. Overwhelming majority couldn't train the same way as Serge Nubret did. So don't try to copy the method because it won't work for you. What you have to learn from his method are principles that you should apply to your training. Principles like lighter to medium weights, higher number of reps, higher number of sets, less rest between the sets. All this means that you will increase intensity and actually increase muscle mass without endangering yourself with super heavy weight. Don't train like a power lifter, because powerlifting is a different sport. Bodybuilding is something completely different. In the first part, I'm going to talk to you about training method, his training principle in the off-season. What is important to understand is that Nubret himself said, I train for the pump. The pump tells me everything I need to know. So Serge trained to feel, for density and shape, not for maximal strength. He believed that volume and contractions build muscle, not heavy loads. He used moderate weights, perfect form, and almost no rest between the sets in order to flood the muscle with blood. And I will explain to you in next few minutes actually how much did he rest. So when it comes to the structure of his training, first of all, Nubret trained in off-season 6 times per week. Each muscle group he trained twice per week. Duration of his sessions were usually 2 to 3 hours, sometimes even more. Rest between the sets, 30 seconds or less. When it comes to tempo, it was smooth, rhythmic, continuous motion. No lockouts, no cheating and anything like that. And his target goal was maximum pump, endurance, and muscle density. So let us look now into his, in the example of his off-season routine. So on Monday and Thursday, Nubret would do chest and legs. So he did two muscle groups together. So for chest, he would do flat bench press, 8 sets, 12 to 15 reps. Incline press will be, again, 8 sets, 12 to 15 reps. Then he would do dumbbell flies, 6 sets, 15 to 20 reps. And he would finish with cable crossovers with 6 sets of 20 reps. So altogether, this will be 30 sets for chest. The rest time between the sets was always 30 seconds or less. I had that opportunity to watch him train, and he would do 40 sets, for example, for chest within 45 minutes. So clearly that the rest has to be short, otherwise the session would last forever. But this is chest. Now he would do legs after chest, and for legs he would do leg extensions first, 8 sets, 20 reps. The second exercise will be front squat, 6 to 8 sets, 15 reps. Then that would follow with hack squats, 6 to 8 sets, 15 reps. Leg press will follow then, 6 to 8 sets, 20 reps. And he would finish with leg curls, 6 sets, 15 to 20 reps. So as you can tell, we're talking about 32 sets in the leg session. So first chest and then legs. So altogether there will be 60 plus sets in one session. Sometimes Serge Nubret would train quads and hamstrings separately, but that usually comes before the show, and that training system is coming. We are still into the off-season training system. Now, on Tuesday and Friday, he would train back. His workout was made of wide grip pull-ups, body weight, 8 sets, 12 to 15 reps, barbell rows, 6 to 8 sets, 12 to 15 reps, seated cable rows, 6 to 8 sets, 15 reps, and then pull downs, 6 to 8 sets, 15 to 20 reps. So again, we are hitting anywhere around 30 sets for back, which he trained Tuesday and Friday. Now, Wednesday and Saturday, Nubret would train shoulders and arms. So for shoulders, he would do 3 exercises: seated press, 6 to 8 sets, 15 to 20 reps, lateral raises, 8 sets, 20 reps, and also rear delts, 6 to 8 sets, 20 reps. So again, we are hitting around 20, 25 sets for shoulders. And then biceps would be 3 exercises: barbell curls, 6 to 8 sets, 15 to 20 reps, dumbbell curls, 6 to 8 sets, 15 to 20 reps, and concentration curls, 6 to 8 sets, 15 to 20 reps. So altogether, we are talking anywhere from 20 to 24 sets. Now for triceps, he would do push downs, 6 to 8 sets, 15 to 20 reps, overhead extensions, 6 to 8 sets, 15 to 20 reps, and then close grip bench press, 6 to 8 sets, 15 to 20 reps. He would train abs daily, 30 to 60 minutes, basically non-stop, roughly around 1,000 to 2,000 reps. His favorite ones were crunches, leg raises, hanging raises, and knees up. He didn't rest much between the sets, but he would do them daily. I saw him many times in the morning, lying down on the floor with his legs against the wall, just doing crunches, set after set after set, and the rest between the sets was minimal, maybe 10-15 seconds. And this is what he considers his cardio. As he said, I spoke to him about that. He said, why should I be on the bike or maybe go on the treadmill when I can do the same thing training my abs? So I will benefit from actually chiseling them more, making my midsection even stronger. So he found out that actually that worked much better for him. And as we know, he really looked phenomenal in the midsection. Now, when it comes to off-season diet, Nubret always tried to stay in shape. He never bulked up, as famously we are doing now, notoriously. Well, for whatever reasons, I don't know, but that's not bodybuilding. You should really look good 12 months per year, year after year, not like so many bodybuilders and also fitness gurus that you can see on internet who are almost obese, and they're talking about how you should train to get in shape and how you should train your abs and stuff like that. So it's absolutely ridiculous. So that off-season nonsense, forget about this and bulking up. You should be lean and you should grow steadily. So it's much better to put 3, 4, 5 pounds a year of lean muscle than putting 30, 40 pounds, 50 pounds of weight, which is most of it fat and water, which is very dangerous for your health anyway. Now, Nubret stayed in shape. He had slightly more carbs, but not much carbs. And he would have 2 to 3 meals a day, mainly beef, horse meat, eggs, sometimes beans and rice, relatively low carbs, no sugar, no milk or processed food. And he had really massive quantities of meat per day. He had about 6 pounds of meat a day. So he used to say, my food is my fuel, is not my pleasure. Now, if I can summarize, key off-season principles were that he mainly trained the same all year round. He just ate more in the off-season. Never bulked up. Stay in tune with his body through the pump, focus. He was very focused. He said, I remember we were watching him, and quite a few of us there, and he said, guys, if you want to ask something, you're going to ask me after. Don't ask me anything while I'm training. And he was extremely focused while training. Also, volume is what builds quality. For him, volume was more important than heavy weights. And he never used heavy weights to break form or to disrupt his rhythm. He used the weights as the tools. He didn't actually sacrifice the muscles in order to lift heavy. He used the weights to benefit the muscle. And again, training frequency, training 6 days per week. Every muscle trained twice per week. Volume anywhere from 30 to 50 sets per muscle. Reps 12 to 20. Rest less than 30 seconds. His goal was always to density, shape, and constant fullness. Diet, 2 to 3 high protein meals, low carb, and body fat was very low year round. So now when it comes to his pre-contest training system, things change slightly. When it comes to training frequency, every muscle was trained twice per week. But some 6 to 8 weeks before the show, he would start training them 3 times per week. Every muscle would be trained 3 times per week. He would do 2 workouts per day, morning and afternoon. And he would train 7 days a week. So no rest day before the competition. His daily training split, pre-contest phase, was morning, he would do 2 to 3 hours upper body. And then in the evening, he would do 2 to 3 hours lower body. So how did his training schedule actually look? So on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, those first 3 days, he would train in the morning chest, back, and abs. In the evening, he would train quads and calves. So see how much that is. And that will be 3 times per week. Now on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, he would train shoulders and arms in the morning and abs. And in the evening, he would do hamstrings and calves. So 3 times per week, every muscle group. The combination, as I said, morning and evening. Now on Sunday, he would train abs and calves. And in the evening, he would do posing, or maybe just abs again. So abs would train literally every session, morning and evening. Calves, he would train 6 times per week and no days off. So some 6 to 8 weeks before the show, this was his typical training routine. Now when it comes to chest, things are changing slightly. Now number of sets is 30 to 40. For a number of reps, 12 to 20. For back, 30 to 40 sets. Again, 12 to 20 reps. For shoulders, 25 to 30 sets. Number of reps, 15 to 20. For biceps, 20 to 25 sets. Number of reps, 15 to 20. Triceps, 20 to 25 sets. Number of reps, 15 to 20. Quads, 30 to 40 sets, number of reps 15 to 20. Hamstrings 25 to 30 sets, number of reps 15 to 20. Calves 15 to 20 sets, a number of reps 20 to 30. Now his rest period will go a little bit down now. So for upper body muscles, and legs, the rest period will be 20 to 30 seconds. When it comes to calves, he would rest less, 15 to 20 seconds. And abs, he would train every day, twice per week, for 45, 60 minutes. Reps 30 to 50 per set. And almost no rest between the sets. So his total daily volume would be, during pre-contest phase, it would be 150 to 200 sets per day. Total reps per day would be 2,000 to 3,000 reps a day. Workout duration would be 4 to 6 hours per day. And rest between the sets, 20 to 30 seconds max. When it comes to intensity style, it was constant tension, pump, focus, and rhythmic tempo. Now, when it comes to exercises before the show, he will do 6 to 8 sets per exercise. For chest, there will be flat bench press, incline bench press, dumbbell flies, and cable crossovers. For back, 6 to 8 sets each. 4 exercises, wide grip, pull-ups, barbell rows, lat pull-downs, and seated cable rows. Shoulders, always 3 exercises, 6 to 8 sets each. Seated dumbbell press, lateral raises, and bent over rear laterals. Biceps would be 3 biceps curls, barbell curls, dumbbell curls, and concentration curls. Triceps, 3 exercises, push downs, overhead dumbbell extension, and close grip bench press. For legs, he would do leg extensions, front squats or hack squats, leg press, and leg curls. Calves, standing calf raises, and seated calf raises. Abs, he would do every session, 3 exercises, crunches, leg raises, and hanging knee raises. He often did, as I said, 30 to 60 minutes non-stop training abs with about 2,000 to 3,000 reps per day in 2 sessions. So when it comes to the pre-contest differences from the off-season, he trained in the off-season 6 times per week. In the pre-contest phase, 7 times per week. In the off-season, he would do 25 to 30 sets per muscle. Before the show, he would do 30 to 50 sets per muscle group. Reps, 12 to 15 in the off-season. Pre-contest, 15 to 20. Rest, off-season, 30 seconds, sometimes 45. Pre-contest, 20 to 30. Duration, off-season, 1 training session a day, 2 to 3 hours. Pre-contest, 2 training sessions, 4 to 6 hours. He never did any cardio. He used abs and calves. He considered that as cardio. And when it comes to his goal in the off-season, that was size and density. And before the show, it was definition and separation and vascularity. So principles of his pre-contest training will be his training was at the same time not only stimulating growth and maintaining muscle size, but also he used it as cardio, because his massive volume replaced the need for any traditional cardio, and also the short rest between the sets. For him, pump was the indicator of quality. He said, if I don't get pump, I don't count the set. So in order to get that pump, you really need to be focused. You need to be doing it in proper form. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. He never trained to failure. Always stopped just before failure. I've seen it myself. I witnessed that. He was never that insane set when you're going to failure and you're shaking all over in order to complete the rep. That he never did. He was training with total control, close to failure, in order to do more sets. And he was always pausing after the workout up to half an hour daily in order to perfect his aesthetic presentation on the stage. So guys, I hope you got the message, and you're probably shocked now to hear all this, to hear that Serge Nubret trained every muscle twice per week in the off-season and 3 times per week, 6 to 8 weeks before the show. This is absolutely extreme. Nobody else did something similar. Even Arnold didn't do anything like this. So you need to understand and allow that individuality, that uniqueness of us. We are different, and we all react differently to different training systems and different diets. Now, what worked for Serge Nubret worked for him very well, but what works for Dorian Yates was very different, but worked very well for Dorian. but for their mental, not just physical abilities, for their passions, for their intuitions, for their emotions, for their imagination. These systems were the best possible for themselves. Dorian would never be Dorian training like Serge Nubret, and Nubret would never be Nubret training like Dorian Yates. Now, what about you? What are you going to take home from this? You need to understand there are different training methods, and you should experiment and find out. Try, if you are doing low number of sets, the low number of rest. If you're resting too long, the main principle from this video is cut your rest between the sets, increase number of sets, increase number of reps, train the muscle, don't kill your overall system by just lifting weights like a power lifter. Bodybuilding is not powerlifting. It's something very different. And Serge Nubret was the best example of that. His beautiful aesthetic physique, cut to the bone, sharp, flawless, is best example that what bodybuilding should be all about. So train intelligently, train your muscles, not killing your overall system. And obviously pay attention to quality exercises, quality reps, and pump as well as mechanical tension. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and also send me comments. And I would like to remind you once again that I have published 10 books, and they are all available on my website. All you need to do is to click on the link in the comments and you can access them. Also, watch this video in which I introduce my other services, like personalized training program, personalized nutritional program, and also online coaching, telephone consultations, and personal training one-to-one for people who live in London. And until the next video, I wish you all the best.